listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, learn more about the Medicare Advantage trial right period. If you have a client who enrolled in Medicare Advantage but wants to go back to original Medicare, they may qualify. Listen to find out more about how it works in Medicare Advantage Trial Rights Explained for Agents, written by Roxanne Anderson. If you have a client who enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan but wants to go back to original Medicare, they may qualify for a Medicare Advantage trial right. This would allow them to update their coverage outside of the annual enrollment period. How does the Medicare Advantage trial period work? We're covering the basics. First up, what are trial rights for Medicare Advantage? Medicare Advantage trial rights work similarly to Medicare Supplement Free Look period rights, but they have different qualifying criteria and a longer time frame associated with them. Essentially, your clients have a 12-month period to test out a Medicare Advantage plan. This is a longer period than the Medicare Supplement Free Look period, which gives your client 30 days to make a decision on their new policy. The Medicare Advantage trial rights period lasts for 12 months. If they like it, great, they can keep it. If they have buyer's remorse, they can switch back to original Medicare and either return to their former Medicare supplement if they had one, or pick up a new Medicare supplement. Permissible actions vary based on client-specific situations and state-specific regulations. Some states extend the Medicare Advantage trial right period or offer additional Medicare supplement guaranteed issue rights. Who has a Medicare Advantage trial right? Two types of clients qualify for trial rights for Medicare Advantage, or MA for short. 1. Medicare Advantage clients or PACE members who enrolled upon turning 65 and enrolled less than 12 months ago. If you have a client who enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan upon joining Medicare Part A at age 65, they may switch to original Medicare as long as they do so within a 12-month period. So, for example, Denise enrolls in a Medicare Advantage plan when she turns 65. Her coverage has an effective date of June 1st. Her trial period will end on May 30th of the following year. When using this trial right, your client may pick up a prescription drug plan and any Medicare supplement available to them in their area without having to pass underwriting. However, they must apply for Medicare supplement coverage no earlier than 60 calendar days before and no later than 63 days after the date their Medicare Advantage coverage ends. 2. MedSup clients who switch to Medicare Advantage or Medicare Select for the first time less than 12 months ago. What if your client joined a Medicare supplement plan when they became eligible for Medicare, then decided to try out a Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan? If they'd like to return to their previous plan and original Medicare, they can do so if their Medicare Advantage effective date is less than 12 months ago. Let's look at another scenario. Bob decided to leave his Medicare supplement, prescription drug plan, and original Medicare for a Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan during the annual enrollment period. His new coverage has an effective date of January 1st. His trial period will end on December 31st of the following year. In this case, your client will only have the right to rejoin the Medicare supplement plan they had before the switch. If their previous Medicare supplement plan is no longer offered, perhaps the insurance company no longer sells it, they may buy a guaranteed issue plan sold by a different company in their state. They must apply for Medicare supplement coverage no earlier than 60 calendar days before the date their Medicare Advantage coverage will end, and no later than 63 days after that date. They can also pick up a standalone prescription drug plan. How are MA trial rights different than the MA open enrollment period, or OEP? Generally speaking, Medicare Advantage trial rights are for clients who enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan for the first time ever less than 12 months ago. Just remember, the client's state may provide additional rights. Like trial rights, the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period helps people who have recently enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan switch their coverage if they're dissatisfied with it. Here's how the Medicare Advantage OEP works differently than the trial rights. The MA OEP allows beneficiaries who joined Medicare Advantage upon becoming eligible for Medicare a period of 3 months after their Part A and B entitlement to switch their coverage. The MA OEP also allows beneficiaries who enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan during AEP, so a plan effective date of January 1st, a 3-month period from January 1st to March 31st to switch their coverage. Clients who qualify for the MA OEP can switch MA plans, switch back to original Medicare, or pick up or drop Part D coverage. Trial rights do not allow Medicare Advantage clients to switch Medicare Advantage plans, only to switch back to original Medicare. Additionally, the MA OEP is not available to those who enroll in Medicare medical savings accounts or other Medicare health plan types, such as cost plans or PACE. Medicare trial rights, on the other hand, do apply to MSA plans and PACE members. Please note that beneficiaries who use the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period will be subject to underwriting for a Medicare supplement if they do not have a guaranteed issue right. And if you want more information on that, we will have a link to an episode covering the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period in the notes for this episode. Now, let's get back to the MA trial right. What happens if your client already used it? If your client has already used their Medicare Advantage trial right, they will have to wait until the annual enrollment period, the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period if they qualify, or utilize another special enrollment period that allows them to make changes to their coverage. Another question you might be wondering, how can my client disenroll from their plan? Your client can leave their Medicare Advantage plan by submitting a request to their plan or by calling 1-800-MEDICARE. Numerically, that's 1-800-633-4227. Now that you know more about it, we hope you feel more prepared to continue to advocate for coverage changes on your client's behalf. Be sure to check out the episode notes to learn more. In addition to that open enrollment period episode, we cover special enrollment periods in a few other episodes, so we'll be linking to those in the notes as well. And as you're doing that, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button. That's a great way to let us know that you like our show, and then you'll get episodes delivered straight to your listening queue so you don't miss out on any of the content we have to offer. Thanks for taking the time to listen today. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an Integrity company. This episode was written by Roxanne Anderson. Script adaptation by Tina Lamoureux. Recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Artwork by Vivian Zhao. Follow along with our show wherever you like to listen.